Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I have been uploading videos to YouTube now for a little over 7 years. And in that time, I have learned that the people that watch our channel don't miss much. However, you guys dropped the ball. This is my Mort's 22-foot equipment trailer with hydraulic tail. You've seen this before. I use it all the time. But you know what you haven't noticed? You haven't noticed this trailer's nearly identical twin right there. That trailer arrived... Yeah, I picked that one up just a day or two after I got this one. Now, to be fair, there was one comment that I saw. There may have been a few more, but there was just one that noticed there were two trailers here. Now, to the best of my knowledge, I've never had them side by side in a video. However, I had one parked down at the wood yard, one up here by the building. And as far as I can tell, there's only one person that figured out there were two nearly identical trailers here. Now, both trailers are 22-foot equipment trailers. Both of them come equipped with two 7,000-pound axles. They both have toolboxes built right into the fenders to store your chains, binders, and straps. They both have a winch mount and a spare tire mount. And by the way, I do have a spare tire and wheel that I share between two trailers. I may get another. Both trailers also have these beautiful toolboxes up front. Each trailer is also equipped with these pockets right here, which is the handiest thing since a pocket on a shirt. You can stick your forks in here, put a strap around them, and carry them on the side instead of taking up space on the deck. They have LED lights all the way around. And hands down, one of the most useful features of both these trailers that I never thought I needed until I got one is the hydraulic jack. Both trailers are equipped with the hydraulic jack. It just makes it wicked fast to hook up and unhook your trailer. Really nice. Both trailers are really well equipped and they're both very well thought out. I mean, there's plenty of tie down pockets, even inside the fenders here. You've got steps on the side. It's not a real high trailer, but it's nice having that step. Really, really nice trailers, and they are nearly identical except for one big thing. This one is a hydraulic tail. That one is a tilt deck. I'll show you the difference. That is the hydraulic tail trailer. Really, really nice setup. There's no ramps to full width. When you raise it, it just locks into place. Super quick, super easy. Now this is the tilt deck trailer. Now, the two big differences between this trailer, number one is the approach angle with the ramp. The hydraulic tail is 18 degrees, tilt deck 13 degrees. Now that doesn't seem like much, but on a track machine that makes a big difference. Give you another view from this side. So with the hydraulic tail and the ramp down, we come all the way up here to the front. We've got about 17 feet, all right? Now with the tilt deck, all the way up to the front, we've got about 7 feet. Now, like I said before, both of these have 22 feet of total deck, but this one, with the tail down, you've got 17 feet of flat deck. That one over there, you have about 7. Now, why does that matter? Well, it depends what you're hauling. Both of these trailers are like be a great skid loader trailer. You know, you got a skid loader, couple attachments. The axles are set back so you can put the weight of the machine right on top of the axles, and you have plenty of deck space up here in the front for attachments. Like I said, you can stick your forks in the side up there. You could put a grapple or a power rake up front, still have plenty of room for the machine over top of the axles. So what are you up to, Melissa?
I went to Pilates, came home, walked the dogs. I need to go shower and get dressed. But,
what do you got going on here?
Well, when I don't have pockets, this is what I have to do. Not that I want a snack, but these are the dog's treats.
And then you got your phone.
My phone. And this is Axel.
Axel's a cuddler, isn't he?
He's a cuddler, and he huffs a lot.
He's a huffer.
Never had a dog that huffed. He's a really big huffer.
Plus, it's pretty warm today, and you just walked him about a mile or so.
Yeah.
Or she's ready for lunch over there.
Yeah, they walk. We've been walking morning and night. Put on a few pounds.
So tell me about the end of the driveway.
Oh, the FCC, my free crap corner, is open again. Yeah, before daughter Eva packed up her stuff to go to college, she went through all of her clothes, had way too many garbage bags filled with her clothes. And then I have to be honest, I have clothes that don't fit or...
They're too big for you.
Anywho, I took my tables down and put them down at the end of the driveway, and I already had people stopping when I was stopping.
It's nice. A lot of people are able to take advantage of it and get some stuff, and instead of haggling over a few bucks,
just have it. It's
just
free.
Have it, and maybe you can put it to good use.
Yeah. So instead of donating it to, like a Goodwill, for example, and then they get a cut of it, just here, have it for free.
Yeah.
But it's a nice sunny day.
It's warming up again, but I think that's only going to be warm for a couple days, and then it's going to maybe 4 or 5 days, and then I see 70s again. But we're pretty close to the end of August, and I'm telling you, fall is coming. I saw a maple tree today. The whole top's turning red already.
Really?
Yep. Now, when it comes to equipment trailers, it's my opinion there is not a one-size-fits-all trailer. In other words, there's not one trailer that's perfect for everyone. Everyone has different equipment, different attachments, and different needs. Now, these two trailers, although they look pretty similar, there's a couple things that really stand out that'll make a big difference depending on what you want to do with that trailer. Now, if you need to move one machine, like a skid loader, a tractor, a mini skid, and you had a bunch of attachments, either one of these trailers I think would serve you pretty well. I really do. But there are some key differences that I want to talk about here. Not only the approach angle on the ramp, which that's a big difference. It really is, and I'll explain why. This breakover point right here, it can be a little sketchy when you're loading anything with tracks, like this mini skid or a full-size skid steer. But if you have a tractor, a side-by-side, zero-turn mowers, anything on tires, that's not an issue. But it can be just a little bit sketchy on tracks. I'll show you what it looks like loading the mini skid. You see what I mean about that breakover point? It can be a little bit sketchy. It doesn't bother me, but I can see where that would be a concern for some. Now, anything on tires, like a side-by-side, or a tractor, either one of those, the hydraulic tail works fantastic. Now, when I'm loading the mini skid, I do have a remote control instead of having to come up here to the controller in the toolbox. So you can pull that mini skid on, hit the button, and raise that tail up some so there's not as much of a breakover. But I really don't do that because that mini skid, it's heavier than it looks. That thing weighs about 4,000 pounds. So I don't want to have it sitting the whole way on the back of the trailer and lifting it up like that. It's going to really want to lift up on the back of the truck. If you're sitting on any kind of downhill, it's going to get away from you. So I'm just not getting into that habit. But as you can see, the hydraulic tail works fantastic for side-by-sides, tractors. Yes, something on tracks, it's a little bit sketchy, not a big deal. But if you're trying to carry something with your forks up onto the trailer, maybe a little hairy. Now, the big advantage that the hydraulic tail has over the tilt deck is you can haul 2 machines on it. This is a huge side-by-side. This is a Can-Am Defender Limited. It's big, but if you pull that up to the front, I could actually go a little bit farther. You know, I could probably even put the mini skid. Yeah, I could. I could put the mini skid back here. I still have about another 10 feet. Okay, so you can haul 2 machines on this, and the reason that you can't on the tilt deck, well, you can see why right there. And even if I put the mini skid up front, it would still probably come back to here somewhere. So you can't load 1 machine up on here, drop the tilt deck again, and load another one on. So the advantage for 2 machines is definitely the hydraulic tail. Now, the tilt deck is really easy loading no matter what you're putting on it, as long as it's 1 machine. Now that came down a little bit hard, not too bad, but you can adjust that right here. All right, now I'm going to do something with the tilt deck that I know I can't do with the hydraulic tail. I just thought of this, and I think this is going to work out really well. Now, if I tried pulling that on the hydraulic tail trailer, I'd have wood flying out of the basket when it breaks over. But this got me thinking here. You know what you could do? This would be pretty slick. So these IBC cages, they are 40 inches this way, 48 inches that way. All right. So this trailer, 80 inches. I could set 2 baskets on here. 1, 2. I got plenty of room this way. Yeah, I could set 2 baskets on here and run the 3rd one up on with the mini skid and deliver 1 full cord of wood. No problem at all. Now on this trailer here, yeah, I could put 4 baskets. I could put 4 baskets up here, and the mini skid, back it on with the forks going out that way. I could do that, but I would be overweight. Now, this trailer, like I said, both of them have 2 7,000-pound axles, but on the title and the license, they're derated to 99.50 or 99.90, whatever, to stay under the CDL requirements. But you could haul 4. I mean, if you're an outlaw, you could do that. You know me, I would not do that. 3 on there would be pretty slick, and being able to carry the 3rd one on with you, and when you unload, Just pull right off, set it down wherever the customer wants it, come back and grab the other two. So by now, you're probably asking yourself why I have two nearly identical trailers. I think you're probably asking the same question, Melissa.
Yeah, it's one of the many questions.
So let me back up a minute. I had a landscape trailer that I bought probably, how long ago did I buy? I mean, I think I bought that before I started the channel.
Yeah, I would say 10 years ago.
Give or take. So I had a landscape trailer, and I used it for a while, hauling like a side-by-side, mowers, things like that. It was just a landscape trailer, 7,000 GVW. And then I bought a Mort's dump trailer, and I still have it. It's a fantastic trailer. So I was up to two trailers. And then I needed something more to haul equipment, especially after we had the property down in West Virginia. And I bought a deck over trailer. It was a 20-foot deck over, 16 foot of flat and a 4-foot beaver tail, and it had ramps. And I like the idea of a deck over because you've got that big flat deck on it. You can haul equipment, and you can also haul like palletized material. You can load things onto it with forks. And so I thought I had it figured out, but I quickly realized it had its limitations. Like the ramps, it's up there. You know what I mean? That trailer sat up real high, but the limitations were like the ramps would not come in close enough for like a four-wheeler, a small tractor, things like that. And it was always kind of sketchy loading onto that trailer. And over time, I got to looking, I liked the Mort's dump trailer, so I started looking at a regular equipment trailer, lower to the ground. And both of these are kind of the best of both worlds because you have all that room in between the front of the trailer and the fender where you have that flat area if you want to load palletized material. So I started looking at these, and I sold my landscape trailer and I sold my deck over trailer, and I called Pat over at Bennett Trailer Sales in Salem, Ohio. He's a great guy, can answer all your questions because believe it or not, trailers seem pretty simple, like, yeah, I want a trailer. There's a lot to it because you try to get the best one for your needs, and there's so many different variations. So anyway, I call Pat and I say, hey, I want to get a Mort's 22-foot hydraulic tail trailer. And he talked me into a few extras like the hydraulic jack, the toolboxes, and the fenders. And they're all very good recommendations. And he said he was going to order it. I said, okay. So he ordered the trailer, and he called me back like a day or two later. And he said, hey, I went to order your trailer, and I talked to Frank Mort's. And he said that I was ordering a trailer. And Frank thought that I should get a tilt deck instead of a hydraulic tail. And here Frank Mort's, who owns Mort's Trailers, watches our channel, and he did so. Like, remember when I bought my dump trailer? This was years ago. I get an email from someone, Frank Mort's, and he said that he'd been watching our channel for a while, and he enjoyed it even more after I bought the Mort's dump trailer. So anyway, Frank said that he thought a tilt deck, you know, he's pretty familiar with what I do if he watches the channel. He thought I would like the tilt deck. And I said, nah, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the hydraulic tail because you can haul two machines. And so Pat called me back and said, Frank's going to build one of each. I only keep one of them. You know what I mean? I ordered one, and I'm going to try both of them out. And then when I decide which one I want to keep, the other one will go back to Bennett's and somebody can buy it. But that's how I ended up with two. And I'll be honest, going into this, I was convinced it was the hydraulic tail, but I'm not so convinced now. The only benefit to that is hauling two machines. On this one, we could still haul the four-wheeler and like a tractor, the mini skid. That one we could haul, I don't know, it would be tight, but I think I could haul the side-by-side and the mini skid on that one.
With some serious strapping down.
With some serious strapping down. Melissa, you see how, like, you would not feel comfortable running that mini skid up where it breaks over like that, would you?
No. knowing I could smash into the
but the way
side in front of it.
Oh yeah, with the side, but run the forks through the tailgate or something on it. Yeah. So that's the story on the two trailers. And like I said, you know, a lot of people that watch our channel, we do a variety of different things on our channel, and we're pretty familiar with who our audience is, and they are anyone from landowners to small contractors, even some bigger contractors, landscapers, and weekend warriors, a lot of weekend warriors. And a lot of the people that watch our channel have, you know, different types of equipment, whether it be a zero-turn mower or a compact utility tractor or a skid loader. And I think this video will be helpful because at least get people thinking. Don't just rush into a trailer. If you see something on Facebook Marketplace and the price looks right, you may get lucky, but you may find yourself a year down the road like, yeah, this isn't the right trailer. Right. You know what I mean? So put a lot of thought into it. Talk to a guy like Pat at Bennett Trailers and tell him what you do. And you also have to kind of plan to grow into the trailer. You know what I mean? Like, because things change, equipment changes. But for me, if it was one machine only and a bunch of attachments, it would probably be the tilt deck for sure. But multiple machines to the hydraulic tail. That's where I'm at right now. I'll report back in a few months and let you know, but I'm going to be starting to use this tilt deck. I've been running the hydraulic tail just to see how I like it, and next up is going to be the tilt deck. So that is my tail of the two trailers. You know, I've never had anyone stop me in traffic to tell me nice trailer until I started pulling one of these. This one here. That's happened twice so far, Melissa. Sweet. You don't get that in that Yukon over there, but you do pull in this trailer. One more thing that I know is going to come up in the comments is why I prefer bumper pull versus gooseneck. I don't really. I would prefer gooseneck if I was just hauling equipment, but the reason that I prefer bumper pull is mostly because of our cabin. You know, when we go down to the cabin in West Virginia, I've got this big 8-foot bed on this truck and this nice Diamondback bed cover, and we can load a lot of stuff underneath this bed cover, and that's why I don't want to use a gooseneck trailer. You know what I mean? We can put a lot of stuff in here, and I leave stuff in here and it's secure. I've got, you know, I can put a string trimmer, I can put all kind of stuff in here, pole saws, coolers, and it's lockable, and I like having all that in the truck, which is why I prefer bumper pull, if that makes sense. But I do believe gooseneck, if you're just hauling equipment, would be the way to go. Something else I didn't mention before, these have little solar panels on them to help charge the battery that runs the pump that runs the hydraulic jack. On this trailer over here, you've got both the hydraulic jack and the hydraulic tail. But they're both beautiful trailers. They really are. Very well built, very well thought out. Actually probably sooner than later, I was waiting until this deck dried some. You know, that pressure treated holds some moisture for a while. I think it's there, ready to go. One of these days we will pressure wash both of these and put something nice on there. I mean, it's going to look good. A nice stain. I did that with my deck over, a stain sealer, and looked really nice. Didn't make it slick or anything like that, but just add some protection to that wood, plus it'll look nice as well. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And you know what I'll do? I'll put a link to Mort's trailers in the description, and also for Bennett over there in Ohio, Salem, Ohio. And if you have any questions, but like I said, don't just jump into the first trailer that you find, because you're going to keep it for 6 months and realize it's not what you really needed. You know what I mean? I bought that deck over thinking that that was going to solve all my problems, and I ended up selling it and the landscape trailer to get one good one, which is what I did. But anyway, if you are a subscriber to our channel, double check, make sure you are still subscribed. And if not, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button on your way out. Leave a comment down below, and we will catch you on the next one.